All right, welcome back, Oklahoma. 9:13 is your time on this Monday morning, and storm season continues here in our state. Already severe weather has damaged several communities, forcing some Oklahomans out of work. And in studio this morning to share some of the resources available for storm victims right now, Trey Rahill with the Oklahoma Employment Security Commission. Thank you so much for coming on.
Sure, thanks for having me.
All right, so let's start with this first question. Just talk about immediately, how is your office helping those impacted by these most recent storms?
Sure. So we, as you know, administer unemployment benefits to the entire state, and so when there are disasters, tornadoes, floods, whatever, and those things cause business interruptions, we encourage people to go through that normal unemployment process. And where their businesses have been impacted by the storm specifically, they'll either qualify for normal unemployment, or if they don't, there are additional criteria that we use to consider disaster disruptions. And so if they do not qualify for normal unemployment, then it triggers our process to run them through the disaster unemployment assistance, which is a separate process.
Can you talk about the impact that severe storms they have on Oklahomans who are, regular employees, or those Oklahomans who own a business? I know that some of these communities, they are small businesses that have been totally impacted by these recent storms.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I've lived here my whole life. If you've been here a long time, you kind of used to seeing it, but it never is something that you get better at coping with. These people's lives, their businesses, their communities sometimes get completely thrashed. And so we try to be there in every case to assist those employers. Sometimes it's, my business was hit by a tornado and I can't open because it's flooded or it's wrecked. Sometimes it's the area that we would use to access our business is completely in disarray, and so we can't get to work. Either way, the business owners and the employees that work at those businesses, they are disrupted for whatever time period it takes to get those things remedied. So they've sometimes got to get construction taken care of. They've got to get product back in to sell. It depends on what kind of business they are, but anytime an employer or an employee is disrupted by something that is disaster related, we try to be there for both of those populations and say, here's what we can do to assist you to kind of get back on your feet with those businesses. We administer federal programs, and there are federal programs specifically for these purposes. So a lot of times we're just playing matchmaker. Here's a person in need, here are the things that exist to help them in these circumstances, and we just kind of play that matchmaker role.
And there's something out there for everyone. So I do want to ask you, what message do you have to Oklahomans who are storm victims? I mean, our storm season has been very active this year, and it seems like every neighbor, has been impacted, or they know someone who's been impacted by this. What would you tell them right now, knowing that you do have resources that you can connect them to?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first thing is, I feel like we're blessed to live in a state where this happens some, and you get to see people really come together and take care of their neighbors. So you see a lot of that within the churches and within the school districts of people coming together to help. Always keep in mind first, there's people in need out there. What can we do? I think Oklahomans kind of naturally jump into action that way. But if it's a business or an employee impacted by the storms themselves, reach out. Reach out to the agencies that you normally do business with. In this case, come into an Oklahoma Works Job Center, or call or go online and figure out, be able to say, here's what's going on with my situation. What is there in place to help me? And the government entities, the agencies, should be able to say, I understand what's going on in your situation. Based on that, here are the things that we would put you in touch with first, second, third. There's kind of an order of operations to assisting someone through these things. So I think the message is, be good Oklahomans like we see year in and year out, and think of those people impacted, and then encourage those that are impacted to reach out to these services. They're here for that reason.
Absolutely. So where can people go online to find some more information about what you were talking about? There's unemployment, and then there's disaster unemployment,
right? That's right. That's right.
So where can they find that information?
They can go to oklahoma.gov/workforce. That's the Oklahoma Works website, where they can see all of the services available to them, and that is across the state. They can come into any of our American Job Centers. We have 27 of them across the state. We also have outreach locations where we don't have brick and mortar. We have 19 of those across the state. and then they could always call too. So anytime someone needs something with regards to employment, unemployment, or reemployment, those are all available to them. Disaster times, certainly, because you don't know where to begin, and this could be one resource that can help to kind of get you going in the right direction or connect you to other services. So I think I know our staff is at the ready. They go into these towns. A lot of times they'll set up disaster teams, and they'll go and they'll do hiring fairs for employers, or they'll help people in that area that are looking for temporary work. And we're right now getting travel trailers wrapped for workforce efforts that'll be disaster kind of related. Right. So we'll take them all over the state whenever there is something like this. They're not here in Oklahoma yet, but when we get them, we'll also deploy things like that so that people don't have to leave their communities to get help in case their transportation or something was disrupted.
All right, Trey Rahill with the OESC. Thank you so much. Really helpful information for a lot of Oklahomans out there.